The Two of Cups is basically a union or being banded with someone. Twos in general, it's like a union or a harmony, this togetherness or a conjoined or joining together in some way, whether it's romantic or in business partners or friendship. There is a company of a partnership that you are becoming in alignment with. Could also be a marriage, romance in some way where the union is just beginning but is becoming more serious, kind of like you're dating more, so you're putting yourself present in this harmonious union, placing two hearts together, basically a soulmate, which could be, again, business partners, could be friendships, could be family. It's a union of some kind of two, but romantic soulmates is part of it. So it's kind of like an agreement in some sense where you create a team effort or join together, that which also assists all that's involved, kind of like two heads is better than one. Now, in the symbolism itself, it's a man and a woman in what seems to be them making a vow or a promise to each other. It appears that their alliance has a fiery nature to it because that lion head on the top of the staff above them, it would seem that their heart or the love, the desire, the flames of that lion type of totem or medicine is, accentuated. There's a attraction or a draw physically, but this also connects people emotionally, spiritually. There's more than just a physical, but you could definitely know or understand that there's a passion or a flame between the two because of the way the nature of the exchange appears. I remember Hermes is this messenger of the gods. So with his staff present, it's denoting how this is a symbolism of being able to also communicate well, because Hermes has that element or that quality of being able to communicate or convey messages to the gods, right? So there's two snakes around the staff also, like an exchange of the two being together in a union. But snakes in totems is knowledge and healing, so it's like a symbolism of being able to be in a union with the right consciousness with each other. So again, love, friendships, heartfelt relationships, family or family-like, or it could just be a couple not really wanting to part from the love or the care that's present, needing care, love, and receiving it mutually, an exchange of love between two, an attraction, a mutual attraction. And the offerings that the two have, each individually being recognized and creating a harmonious conjoining force or forces together. This can also be like being smoothly going into a transition of an alliance, whether it's like, again, partnerships of business or romance. It's being able to elevate each other, in circumstances with, what you got within you, like a frequency being raised or elevating your hearts and minds or being a better version of yourself together, right? So you contribute things together and possibly also like sharing skills gracefully together. Like if it's a business partnership, one person does the design aspect, the other person is the manager of the financial affairs. They can work together hand in hand. Plus, let's say they have an interest in whatever it is that they're doing. So it's a banded, undivided, kind of dedicated type of loyal agreement that's going on, or allies that are going on. With this desire to thrive together, right? It's like a team becoming, like two becoming one, becoming as present as for each other as you can. You got each other's back, supporting each other, like peaceful cooperation and embellishing your gifts together, finding this tranquility of, working together even with different skills, but it works well, like I said, like in business, but it works well in the relationship because two of you know how to do things together as a team, right? So the affinity for being banded with another, it's like you see the potential in the other. There's also this aspect that could be part of trade or commerce, that you share these talents with each other, and then you know how to, exchange or present what your talents are to the world together as a team. An accord in friendship or in business partnerships or romance depends on the nature of the relationship. So this mutual appeal, like let's say on a love interest, it's like this draw. You can't help but your attention is drawn to this person, and you want to be linked with this person. You can see that it's a prosperous gain for the two of you, whether it's lovers, friendships, business unions, whatever it might apply to. You have an alluring feeling or an attracted feeling where it doesn't feel like you want to be divided, like an undivided connection. Acknowledging, right, like I was saying, like this usefulness of the union or the alliance by being able to share like maybe similar perspectives, similar morals, and that you see how you can embellish each other's gifts together in some kind of way, or grow, expand, spiritually, physically, whatever higher frequency that can be attained with, these two people that are creating this union. So it's like, compromising or willingness to compromise with the person so you work together well, especially if there's a emotional and physical attraction, spiritual attraction. You'll be able to work with each other, kind of see what the other person may feel, so you could keep the harmony going, right? So it's like a open heart, open ability to communicate with each other. And it's like you will honor, it'll be like honor, respect for each other. And in the nature of romance, it's like you don't want to part from it at all. You just want to surrender to that sweetness, where it could be an innocent type of love, engrossed, dazzled by this person, that you're grateful for what it is they have to offer. Like I said, it's mutual, sharing ideologies, sharing ethical, morals, ideals, longing for this to be long-term, unconditional love, right? It's love that's just between the two with dedicated effort. So you're streaming fluidity, healthily between each other, which it's always important when you create a union, that you love yourself, you see your talents, and you know what you bring into the relationship, what you have to offer. Same, the other party is mirroring that fact. It'd be easy to create a union with this type of force, available. There's trust present. You as a union could thrive in this partnership. You just can't help to be in alignment, because it's this blooming love, right? New developing relationship. If you keep working together in that frequency, then your union could remain harmonious in whatever situation this applies to. On the reverse, it's like unrequited love. It's not returned. It could be like a karmic or cyclic relationship that needs a boundary, and you just don't learn that because you don't have enough self-love. And also, like, maybe you have a fantasy of this person in the union that's not really realistic. So, it's like there's a divide. It's a superficial love, possibly, or it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Person controls you, or it's narcissistic, or vice versa. It's just not really being able to understand each other's point of view as when it's upright, because you're not connecting, or maybe you're not connecting as the way you used to, right? This relationship is starting to fail or break up, or you're like oil and water now, or that's just the way the nature of the relationship is from the start. It's just a collision where two can't really focus on a sustainable love. It's unsustainable. There's a disharmony here, and which always goes back to, are you loving yourself enough and your talents and what you have to bring, to a relationship that, is meant to, like, you being strong in yourself, then of course you're going to be able to bring that in a relationship. So it could be, you're hiding in your shadow self, you're drawing relationships that are shadows, where people are not really being true to who they really are, which is important for you to be as authentic as you can be as yourself, so that you can be whole, and then you unite with with a partner. So you're not seeing the good qualities in people if you can't see the good qualities within yourself. Falling outs, rivalry, competition, people not being able to see each other's point of view, no teamwork is available, being careful what you're drawing in if you're living in make-believe or fantasy about like, oh, I visualize it like this, like fairy tales. It's not a fairy tale. You gotta be realistic on the type of love that you can receive, the type of love that you can give. But like I said, it's always going back to the self with this card upside down. Looking at someone on the surface, so they're attractive, they're probably it, they got the job you want, they're this, they're that, but the person can't open up to you. You don't see your talents, thus you're drawing negative alliances to you. You know, blocked alignments, business ventures that, they fall through the cracks because there's no dedicated effort. Short-term union that's temporary, it's only physical. Love that just became diminished because ultimately the person might be vain because you don't love yourself enough, so you're giving and not receiving that same return. Again, it's like before loving another, you want to be in alignment before you align with another soul. And because you'll have difficulty maybe understanding the other person, seeing their perspective. It could be disrespect, or you've been hurt before, so you're not able to trust something healthy because you expect the worst if you're not connected, and you might resist love or harmonious connections, or create situations which are controlled, confined, or strained in some way, meaning that you don't understand the value of yourself or the usefulness of you being in a connection. So again, like I said, like when love is blooming, or a union, a partnership, a business venture, assure that you love yourself and your gifts, your talents, what you bring into it, seeing the perspectives of the other party, being useful to each other, considering being open-hearted, that teamwork is great, allowing a place for comfort or ease for people to share emotions, both sides, really ultimately being able to be in fluidity, finding the flow and how you can work together with others. Like I said, once you come from a position of being healed and ready, you're attracting that right energy to you. You may not see eye to eye with your partner or business partner or love partner or whatever it applies to, but you realizing that this is something, it's worth it. It has a value to respect, to share, to create efforts together and achievements together. Really, like I said, looking at it on the perspective of, are you okay in yourself? Are you happy with yourself, your talents? Then this union comes, blossoms, and you're able to work together to bring things together to raise up, elevate, and empower each other, be best versions of each other, of yourselves together, and be able to work together. So I hope this helps you all.